Imagine a single word, a word uttered during a conversation that in just a few hours causes the shares of a multinational to drop. And which, on top of that, triggers death threats against a journalist. You might think this is the plot of a techno-thriller, but no, it's the very real story of the anticipation surrounding the most anticipated video game. The most highly anticipated game in history, Grand Theft Auto 6.
And this is a story that is fascinating because it goes far beyond the simple realm of video games. It's actually a textbook example, a true reflection of our current era. It speaks to us about the disproportionate power of a single word, the inherent fragility of financial markets when faced with even the slightest speculation.
In the passion of the fans.
And this passion, yes, this all-consuming passion that can sometimes turn into something much more toxic. We'll try to break it all down.
And there's plenty to do, because the core of the problem is quite complex. It all starts with a journalist, Jason Schreier. We still need to introduce him.
Ah yes, it's someone important.
He's not just any blogger. He's certainly one of the most respected, most reliable insiders and investigators in the entire industry. When he says something, it generally proves to be true.
It is solid.
And then he makes a comment, a simple comment, on GTA 6's development, and boom, the internet explodes.
So our mission today, so to speak, is to be a bit of a bomb squad. We're going back to the source, to the patient zero of this rumor, that is, the exact words Schreier used.
It's crucial.
And then we're going to follow the shockwave to see how a single phrase was twisted, chewed, and spat out by what he himself calls the internet's regurgitation machine.
I love the expression.
And we're going to see that the consequences themselves are not virtual at all, so hold on tight, because we're truly plunging into the eye of the cyclone.
All right, let's rewind. We need to be surgical. What exactly did Jason Schreier say in that famous podcast? There are three main points. The first one is what really set everything off. He states he heard from his sources that the game was not yet content complete.
Here are the two magic words, content complete. And the second point, and this is what's truly incredible, is that absolutely everyone completely ignored it. It's a subtle distinction, but a critically important one, a crucial detail. He essentially states that no one at Rockstar can guarantee with absolute certainty a release date in November of 2026. That's just common sense. But he adds that this 2026 date seems to him, and I quote, a little more real than the previous estimates that spoke of 2025.
So, this is actually rather good news. He's suggesting that things are narrowing down for a plausible release date.
Exactly. This is a confirmation, not an alert. It's the opposite of what people understood.
It's absolutely insane. And the third point, well, it was just a reminder of reality. The development of a game of this scale is a behemoth. It's unpredictable. And he reminds us that Rockstar, the studio, has a very clear philosophy.
Ah yes, they are known for that.
They will always prefer to postpone a game by 6 months, by a year, rather than releasing an imperfect version.
He mentioned the example of Red Dead Redemption 2.
Exactly. Their latest monster game was delayed twice. So, on paper, there's nothing shocking. It's a cautious, logical, almost reassuring analysis. But then, there were those two words, content complete, or rather, not content complete. And that was enough.
And this is precisely where we delve into the psychology of the fan who has been waiting for over 10 long years. In common, everyday language, the word complete means finished, done, period.
Either/or.
It's binary in nature, so if someone tells you it's not complete, your brain immediately translates that as it's nowhere near finished. The development is seriously behind schedule.
They are late.
They are late, and that's where the misunderstanding began. Because in game development jargon, that doesn't mean that at all.
So it's time to clarify this, once and for all. What exactly is the content complete stage for a developer?
So, content complete, it's a very precise stage that occurs quite late in the production cycle. This means we're in the final phase of content integration and finalization. What does that mean? It means that yes, the main missions are in place. The bulk of the story is there, but the teams are still, for example, finalizing the dialogues for a side mission, adding a small secondary activity, or on the contrary, deciding to cut a feature that isn't working well.
Okay.
This is the phase where we refine, polish, and make the final choices about what will be in the game's 1.0 version. It is absolutely not a sign of delay.
I think I understand. It's a bit like when you're editing a video for YouTube, for instance. We have all our images, the main edit, the structure, everything is in place. But until the very last minute, before you start the export, you might think, I'll just adjust the color here.
That's it.
Or, this transition isn't very good. I'll change it. Or this joke just falls flat. I'll cut it. It's the final adjustment phase.
It's the perfect analogy, but you must imagine it on a titanic scale.
Yes, with a budget that amounts to hundreds of millions.
You see, every single small adjustment can involve dozens of people. Graphic designers, programmers, quality assurance testers, and sound designers. It's an anthill bustling to make sure everything is absolutely perfect. The fact that GTA 6 isn't content complete more than a year before its release window, that's not just normal.
That's good news.
This is a clear indication that the entire process is unfolding exactly as it should. It's concrete proof that the game is now truly in its final stages of development.
But the internet doesn't have that patience or that nuance. The rumor mill, it just went wild at an astonishing speed. A site like Dexerto, which is widely followed, very widely followed. They tweeted an article with a title that basically said GTA 6 could be delayed again, according to insider Jason Schreier.
It's already a flaw.
It's complete, and the tweet has almost 3 million views.
3 million.
3 million people who read information that is fundamentally false.
And that was just the beginning of the fire. Then there's Screen Rant, who's kind of the global specialist in crafting headlines. How should I put it?
Sensational.
Sensationalist, exactly. They went ahead and titled it, "The third delay of GTA 6 has players saying goodbye to their November dream."
A third delay, you mean? But none was ever officially announced.
Never. Zero. This isn't distortion anymore. It's pure invention. It's fiction. It's factually false. It's actually irresponsible.
And the consequences were not long in coming. It's not just noise on social media. That's where it becomes tangible. The stock price of Take-Two, the parent company of Rockstar Games,
She unscrewed it,
it dropped by 1.7% immediately after.
which represents tens or even hundreds of millions of dollars in market capitalization going up in smoke.
Due to an article title,
This is all due to a simple misinterpretation. And on Polymarket, an online betting platform, the odds for a game postponement have absolutely exploded. It's truly staggering to consider how a single misunderstood word can possess such immense power. We can clearly see that the boundary between virtual information and real-world impact has become completely indistinct. And to add yet another layer of complexity, just when we thought we had finally untangled the whole affair, another key player steps onto the scene. Another very, very well-known insider, Tom Henderson. And he had declared sometime earlier that the game was, and I quote, content ready.
well, I'm completely lost here. That's normal. We have content complete on one side and content ready on the other. For me, ready means prepared. Complete means finished.
They look alike.
It sounds a bit similar. It feels like the two most reliable journalists in the industry are completely contradicting each other. How do we make sense of it?
Well, that's where the game of deduction becomes fascinating. Because no, in reality, they probably don't contradict each other at all. They're simply describing two different and successive stages of the same process. Let's try to clarify. When Tom Henderson speaks of content ready, it should probably be translated as another technical term, feature complete.
Feature complete.
So what does that mean?
Though this means that the game's skeleton is finished and that it is functional.
The skeleton, yes, the graphics engine is running, the main gameplay mechanics are implemented and working. You can drive cars, you can shoot, the police system reacts, the game menus are all in place, and most importantly, the development pipeline is ready.
The manufacturing line.
Exactly. It's the tools and processes that allow hundreds of developers to create content, a mission, a building, a character, and integrate it into the game seamlessly without breaking anything. The content ready, or feature complete status, is the green light that says, okay guys, the structure is solid now, we can start populating the world.
All right, okay. That's much clearer now. So if I were to summarize, content ready means we've constructed the framework and all the house's plumbing has been put in place.
That's a great picture.
In the pipeline.
That's exactly right. Exactly what I was thinking.
We add the missions, the dialogues, we decorate the city.
You've put your finger on the key to this entire story. That's precisely it. A game can and even must be content-ready months, even years, before it's content complete.
Logical.
It is therefore quite possible, and even probable, that Henderson's source told him a year ago. It's good. The skeleton is ready. We can go. And that Schreier's source confirmed to him much more recently. We're furnishing, but we haven't finished hanging all the pictures on the wall yet.
Their two reports are not contradictory.
Project of this magnitude.
What fascinates me is how this normal process seems completely opaque to the general public. We have this image of a factory, of an assembly line. It moves in a linear fashion from point A to point B.
But it's anything but that.
What you are describing, that sounds more like a state of organized chaos.
It's the perfect description, an organized chaos. Tom Henderson himself states it. A video game of this magnitude is a living, breathing beast. New ideas are constantly being added, while others are discarded. Entire missions are frequently rewritten. It's an inherently iterative process.
Red Dead 2's example is telling.
It's perfect. We found out after the game was released that it wasn't content complete, barely 4 months before it was in the hands of players.
4 months? That's absolutely nothing on that scale.
This is absolutely insane. They were still actively engaged in motion capture, which means they were still recording the actual movements of the actors to animate the various characters within the game.
It's incredible.
That gives you an idea of the rhythm and flexibility these projects demand.
But then Here's the million-dollar question. If this is the standard practice in the industry, and if it was already the case for all their previous games, why this time, specifically for GTA 6, was the slightest little phrase enough to make everything completely explode? Why all this sudden panic, this widespread paranoia?
That's an excellent question.
There must be something else, a very specific context.
Absolutely. The ground was already mined, we could say. Many factors contributed to this underlying tension. The first, and it's a big one, is a major change to the
meme that's from Rockstar.
Dan Houser.
The principal screenwriter, one of the masterminds behind the entire saga.
He left in 2020.
His departure has left a massive void, and many fans are legitimately asking themselves if the soul of the series, that very specific tone, will still be present. Has a new creative director changed things along the way? That's a real concern that exists.
This is an absolutely crucial point. Another element is this whole business of the massive data leak that occurred.
Is it the 2021 leak?
Yes. We learned that 3 Rockstar employees were dismissed because of it. We can easily imagine that these leaks, which still revealed entire sections of the game years in advance,
Yes, must have been a shock inside.
may have forced the team to rethink their approach, to change elements to surprise players again. And that can disrupt any production schedule, even the most robust.
And then there's the darkest aspect of this story, one that takes us completely out of the video game world. Following these comments, Jason Schreier received threats.
Not merely small insults.
No, we're talking about actual physical threats. He shared an email that he received. It's truly chilling.
Yes, I read it. The exact phrase was something like, "I'd hate for my friends and I to be forced to find you."
That's it?
It's not phrased as a direct death threat, but the implication is,
It is absolutely clear.
it's terrifying. We've gone from a debate on technical development terms to barely veiled threats. It's a completely insane escalation.
It's a symptom of an expectation that has grown irrational, almost messianic for some in the community. This game has been awaited for over 10 years. For some, it's no longer a simple entertainment product.
This is a life event.
It's an existential event, and so any information perceived as negative, even if wrong, is felt as a personal attack. This level of toxicity is terrifying.
And amidst all this madness, this media storm over a semantic issue, Schreier himself highlights a point that makes it all even more absurd. He says that while everyone was agitated about this false rumor, a much more serious event was unfolding in the United Kingdom.
This is perhaps the cruelest irony of this entire situation. At the very same time, an official investigation is underway into Rockstar for accusations of union busting. That's a term referring to practices, often illegal, that a company employs to prevent its workers from forming a union.
To defend their rights.
Exactly. To negotiate for more favorable working conditions, to fight against the crunch, these periods of grueling, hellish work, it's a very, very serious matter with extremely heavy social and legal implications for hundreds of employees.
And this investigation, it was completely overshadowed, swallowed up by the noise of this false controversy about a potential postponement.
Completely invisible.
The contrast is striking when you think about it. On one hand, a moral and financial panic based on the interpretation of 2 words. On the other, a serious issue concerning workers' rights that goes completely unnoticed.
That really says a lot about the priorities of the buzz machine you mentioned.
If we try to assess the situation, to summarize the mechanics of this perfect storm, what do we have?
It's actually a kind of recipe. A recipe with several steps. You take a nuanced comment from a recognized expert.
Step 1.
You're putting it through the media grinder. Those who chase clicks at any cost. They'll oversimplify it, distort it to make a sensational headline.
Step 2.
You throw this headline as fodder to the social media algorithms, which are designed to amplify what is shocking and emotional.
Pour oil on the fire.
And you sprinkle it all with a fan community that is already highly sensitive, anxious, overinvested, and you have your explosion.
It's the perfect Molotov cocktail for a disinformation crisis. It worked beyond all expectations, with economic and human consequences. Schreier concludes his article on a rather somber note. What could be a very long road until November 2025. He's warning us, in fact.
He says it's only the beginning.
Get ready. It's going to be even worse. And you can imagine that meanwhile, Rockstar must be watching this from afar. Almost amused, right? Their comms plan must have been set in stone for months.
Most probably. I think they're in their own bubble, and they're absolutely right. The preparation of a trailer for a game of this magnitude is a quasi-military operation.
Months of painstaking work.
Months. The second trailer everyone's waiting for is probably already ready or in the polishing phase for a while now. Every shot, every music note, every line of dialogue, all of that is the product of hundreds of hours of meetings, work, and validation.
They're not going to change their schedule for a single tweet.
Absolutely not for a Dexerto article title? No.
We can even go further. We can bet they're already working on the storyboard or the script for trailer number 3.
It's quite possible.
All this external commotion, however loud it gets, for them, it's just background noise. The course is set. The only true measure will be their official communication, period.
Exactly. All this storm in a teacup is just a distraction for us, the public. But for them, at the studio, the work continues, completely undisturbed.
This behind-the-scenes analysis of the GTA 6 rumor has, we hope, provided you with some insight. If that's the case, and if you enjoy this kind of detailed breakdown, please don't hesitate to leave a like and subscribe so you won't miss our upcoming discussions.
Even if it starts out cautiously, it can mutate into a perceived truth in just a few hours and have a tangible, very real impact. The next time a rumor of this magnitude breaks out, and believe me, there will be others.
It's certain.
The right question to ask is perhaps not, is it true? But rather, who benefits from this version of the story?
That's a powerful question and an excellent way to conclude. Thank you for joining us for this analysis. We'll be back with you very soon.